All right, page 13. Another claim is that it is necessary to maintain uniform standards in conversion policy. The call for uniform standards is a code phrase, meaning that all Orthodox rabbis should adopt the most stringent positions. Yet halakhic literature itself does not present a uniform standard. Various legitimate and valid views are available. To restrict options to a uniform standard is false to halacha. Rabbi Chaim David Halevi, the late Sephardic chief rabbi of Tel Aviv, has pointed out that the halacha has purposely left latitude for each rabbi to deal with the particular circumstances of each potential convert. Meaning, each rabbi as the rabbi that's overseeing the conversion, not some rabbi that the already converted convert meets later on. Each judge must evaluate each situation according to his own best judgment. He needs to factor in many considerations and may sometimes feel the need to be stringent and sometimes to be lenient. Whether and when to perform conversions was left to each judge and leader of his generation to decide according to what his own eyes see, whether toward leniency or strictness. Again, meaning what he sees with the potential convert, not what some rabbi years later in a different community sees. Because once the person converts, that's it. There is no going back. There's no way to become a Gentile after converting, even if some rabbi you meet years later doesn't like the person. Or the rabbi that converted, as long as it was done according to halacha. If individual rabbis feel they need to adopt stringent positions, that is their own decision to make. But such rabbis have no right to impose their views on all other rabbis. They have no right to call into question the halakhic Jewishness of converts who were converted by Orthodox rabbis who, in fact, are following classic halakhic guidelines. And the key word there is Orthodox, and I'll explain why in a second. The need of the hour is for Orthodox rabbis to deal with conversions with a full halakhic toolbox. We need to draw on the range of halakhic opinions in order to address the specific circumstances of each giur and to confront the larger issues facing the Jewish people and the state of Israel. Surely, we must take our responsibility seriously. We must teach prospective converts in a spirit of respect and kindness. We must do our best to bring them to an appreciation of Torah and mitzvot. We must help them strive to become fine members of the Jewish people. We must oppose unequivocally shotgun conversions that make a mockery of giur. Rather, we must engage each convert in a serious, life-transforming process. So when it says the mockery of shotgun conversions, what this means to me is there's a group out there that was started recently called Humanist Judaism. I'm not so familiar with it, but my understanding is there is no process for conversion. There's no mikvah, there's no circumcision. Basically, the person just decides they want to be Jewish, and then the community decides to accept them, and that's it. This is not part of the full halakhic toolbox, because the full halakhic toolbox must include halacha. This process was given to us in how to oversee conversions. So, if it's done halakhically by an Orthodox bet din, then it is a halakhic conversion. So that's why I stressed the word Orthodox earlier. To come and say that a female Reform rabbi and her lesbian female wife and some other guy that's not Shomer Shabbat, this is not an Orthodox conversion according to halacha. Okay, so this is making a mockery out of conversion because it ignores the halacha and goes against it. That's on the Reform side. So the Orthodox side making a mockery of it would be to say, yes, this Orthodox conversion was done 100% according to halacha with an Orthodox bet din that is Shomer Shabbat, but we don't go with halacha. We say we're going to nullify it, we're going to invalidate it because we weren't there, and we'll tell you that we don't know how to do conversions, we don't do conversions, You have to be an expert to know how conversions work, so you have to go to somebody else. But somehow I can tell you your 100% completely halakhic Orthodox conversion is somehow invalid. That is also a mockery. So the rabbi overseeing the conversion has the leniency, but he has to use the halacha as part of the full halakhic toolbox. Okay, so we must engage each convert in a serious, life-transforming process. This process is filled with challenges, with emotional highs and lows. Not every candidate for conversion will or should be accepted. And this is where, if the person was converted and then goes to a different shul later, that rabbi can say, you know what, I would not have accepted you. I would not have converted you. That's fine. But at this point, he's not asking for a conversion. He's already been converted. And this is where the leniency is with the rabbis that are overseeing the conversion. Remember, the person really made the decision to convert on their own. The rabbi that converted them didn't perform some magic trick and remove his non-Jewish soul and install a Jewish soul in him. This Bet Din witnessed the immersion into a mikvah. The person really converted themselves. So while our general attitude must be inclusive, there are cases where we feel we must say no. And by we, it means the Bet Din doing the conversion. Because once they did the conversion, somebody can't come along later and then say no. Each case is unique. Each attitude must be inclusive. There are cases where we feel we must say no. Each case is unique. Each prospective candidate presents a different set of issues. Each rabbi must weigh carefully how to deal with each situation. And this is halfway through page 13. But I think we're going to end here and we'll go on to the next video with page 14. And we'll conclude there with the sources afterwards.